Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very sweet,
Walaikum assalam, sir.
Walaikum assalam.
and vanilla welcome all. I strongly and humbly hope that, mashallah, you people are so great, lovely, awesome, fantastic, and blessed. Once again, let's say Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah that I am having my legs. Alhamdulillah, I am completely healthy. Alhamdulillah, I have parents, and Alhamdulillah, I have shelter to live. Alhamdulillah, I'm not a bad guy. Alhamdulillah, Allah has given me hidayah to respect my parents. Alhamdulillah, Allah has given me hidayah to understand between right and wrong. Alhamdulillah, Allah has given us hidayah to know the real meaning of life. And Alhamdulillah has given hidayah to do the things in which we are supposed to do in a very positive and polite way. Alhamdulillah, we are not the bad people to curse someone, and Alhamdulillah, we are not the bad people to walk on the streets every day and just do hustling and bustling around the vagabond people. And Alhamdulillah, we are not in that category in which we all the time find out the critics for others. And Alhamdulillah, we are not in that queue to sort out and all those things in which we are going to provide a kind of angle to all those people in which they are acquiring for. So, and first of all, I want to ask you about the good news or bad news if you have. So you can share. If you have nothing to share, so depends on you. I'm not going to force you whether you are going to share or not. But yes, I would like to ask you if you have something good news or bad news. So please.
Sir, I have a good news.
Yes.
Sir, in 2020 in Pakistan, the new cars are coming such as Sir, Proton, Saga or Corolla Cross.
Okay, that's good. Yes. Anyone else?
Mariam Nawaz and Bilawal Bhutto and with the Chief Minister Sindh, they are coming Quetta.
Oh, so are you going to welcome Mariam Nawaz, ma'am?
No, they will go to that Hazara community.
So you will not go and meet?
No, sir.
Why? Why? Don't you like Mariam Nawaz?
Sir, I like, but she will go over there. I can't go there.
But if you wish to meet, so you can go. If you don't want to wish, so of course you cannot go.
Yes, sir.
By the way, do you like Mariam Nawaz?
Yes, sir, I like her.
Yeah, like, you know, PMNL Noon. I'm not going to talk about the political party over here, but yes, Nawaz Sharif Saab and his party did something great to Pakistan. Am I speaking right or wrong? You can correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone, if I'm speaking wrong, so you can correct me or stop me. Nawaz Sharif and his party.
Sir.
Okay. Am I speaking correct or wrong?
Sir, definitely you are correct. Sir, she's quite pretty, sir.
I'm not talking about the Mariam Nawaz, but I'm talking about the PMNL, which is Nawaz Sharif.
Yeah, don't.
Okay, and really Nawaz Sharif family that according to my own perspective and knowledge, yeah, they have done excellent things to Pakistan. But if I'm wrong, so you can tell me. And we are not going to discuss the political issues over here, but just to know, to aware about the system, it's a good thing. You should know about the current affairs, what is going on. Okay. Daniel, you should be feeling happy. Like, why? Are you looking tense or what?
Sir, I'm happy.
Okay. And what about the scope of PMNL Noon Party in Quetta? Is it good or
Sir, I
not
don't
good?
know about these things. Sir, I just know there is a person, Mariam Nawaz and Maulana and Nawaz Sharif, sir.
Okay. Okay, then if you have nothing to share, so let's start the vocabulary. Okay, may I take a little bit oral test from you, like whatever I am giving you the vocabulary and all those things. So are you people, what do we say? Do you people really use in your speaking or not, or just writing or telling me examples? I'm not sure whether I have to go for it or not, but I feel that I should ask you. Huh? Okay, anyone who can tell me the meaning of reprehend? Yes, Sadaf, reprehend. So you people are not writing what I'm teaching. What is the meaning of jaunty?
Sir, I'm writing.
What is the meaning of jaunty? What is the meaning of flippant? What is the meaning of karmajan? Wow, what is the meaning of Herculean?
Sir, I know Herculean, but sir, before the 3 words I hear from the first time, sir.
Karmajan.
Herculean, sir, a difficult work, sir. Herculean means a difficult work.
What is the meaning of cynical?
Cynical means, sir, cynical, yeah, cynical meaning is, I'm cynical, sir, I'm cynical.
You're selfish.
Yes, sir, yeah, that's like, yes, sir.
What is the meaning of indolent? Clamor, craxious, peevish, banful, nefarious, contaminate, noxious, vigilant, obnoxious, putrid,
Noxious, which is not good.
surveillance,
Surveillance, surveillance का क्या मतलब होता है? Forget.
havoc, felonious. Wow, great. You don't know anything, huh? So this is very bad, people, you know. And maybe not this week. Maybe next
Sir,
week you are going to have
this is
assessment test. Next week you are going to have the assessment test, whatever we taught you. So there will be a short assessment of thinking power, critical thinking, authentication, and transformation of the message you are going to write. And besides that, there will be also a kind of interview test from all of you. Okay, next week. So with that, we are going to decide how are you at the level of English. Okay, English is not all about hi, hello, how are you, but English is also about your thinking power, your analytical thinking, and as well as your critical thinking. Thinking power means how strong ideas do you have, and how are you at critical thinking. Critical thinking means problem solvers, and all these things really matter. Okay, so let's start the vocabulary of today. So here I am going to give you the first one. Aesthetic. Aesthetic means if something is what? Beautiful, wonderful. If something is or someone is what? Beautiful or wonderful, you can call that person or that thing aesthetic. Like for example, Allah is aesthetic. Family is aesthetic. If you understand its shallow, and if you understand the shell of its feeling, right? If you are using very beautiful and sober words, you are going to be aesthetic person. But if you use it, the question is if you use it. But if you don't, then I don't think that you are going to be an aesthetic person. Candid. Candid means what? Straight forward person. If someone is a straightforward person, that is called candid. And you should be a straightforward person. You should be a candid person. Right or not? Like for example, those who are candid, they do not tell lie. Those who are not candid, they will come up with different excuses in order to deceive you, in order to exaggerate the stuff. It is not going to be helpful for such people who are always exaggerating the stuff. If you are speaking truth, so it means you are a candid person. If you are not a candid person, then you are supposed to be a candid person, an aesthetic person. Clear? Then the next one we are having, it's about the liturgic. Liturgic means like I told you right now, indolent. Indolent means what? इसके लिए एक बड़ा खूबसूरत लफ्ज भी है, work shy भी हम इसे कहते हैं. He's work shy or she's work shy. If somebody who's lazy and doing something, that person is called he's work shy or she's work shy or she's indolent or he's indolent. To be honest, I am not, I am, I am highly allergic to indolent people. If you say something to them, they are making an excuse. Why? They are work shy. Then you just start abhorring them. And all the time to become abhor, then you'll also be abhorred by people. Abhor means like hate. You are going to be hated. You are going to be abhorred by people.
Sir, I didn't understand lethargic.
Work shy. Work shy
So
means
what
like
is Urdu?
lazy, sust. Sust person, lazy person.
Understood.
Okay, give me example, Daniel.
I do not want to be lethargic during my prayers because I defeat the shaitan.
Okay. Sadaf. Sadaf.
Mariam Nawaz is a aesthetic person and candid. I like candid leaders and lethargic people are those people who are lethargic. They never be successful. Abhor. I I abhor the chief minister of Balochistan.
Abhar ne abhor. Okay, Hamad. Hamad, your example.
Yes, sir. Maulana Fazl Rahman is the candid person, sir. Uh, uh, After getting malaria, getting typhoid, people are always lethargic. Um, you know, I always abhor from the cynical people.
Abhor. It's not abhor. Abhor. Abhor cynical people.
Abhor.
Abhor.
Abhor. Abhor.
Thank you. Yes, Nadia ma'am.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Imran Khan is athletic leader. He is candid man. He abhor lethargic people.
Okay. It means like you are the supporter of Imran Khan Saab.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it means if we start the debate on political party, it is going to be very interesting then. Mr. Hamad is in the party of Maulana Saab. I think Durjan is, I don't know about such people. Okay, but thank you for giving me example. Okay, Durjan.
Allah has made the nature very aesthetic,
Aesthetic.
aesthetic, and candid. Candid people will never tell lie. Lethargic and lethargic people will never achieve their goals. Abhor. I abhor lethargic people.
Shall we start?
Yes.
I want an aesthetic reward. My family is aesthetic, and as a Muslim, we should be candid people. And nowadays, I do not feel lethargic, and I do not like lethargic people who make me lethargic. And I abhor those people who abhor me, and I abhor Kurdoglu.
Abhor. Waqar. Sorry, Mullah Bakhsh.
Yes, sir. Number one, aesthetic and candid. I like the candid persons because their words are aesthetic. And lethargic persons are abhorred by many people.
Okay, Waqar.
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, Abor. I am not from the Abor persons, people, and aesthetic. Our Allah Subhanahu wa Taala give us the aesthetic body.
Thank you, Hassan.
We should try to ourselves a candidate person, and when we are candidate person, so the loss of people other aesthetic us and abhor, or when somebody is tell lie or doing something bad, so his elder or hate or abhor her.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now let's start the activity sheet. Fine, this is done, the vocabulary part, and as well as the exercise. We have also done the reading, and also besides reading, its exercise is also done. So today we are going to go on the production floor, the conversation, the professional conversation we are going to do when you are going to work in top and international and multinational organizations. So how are you going to speak? Let's start it. On the production floor. On the production floor means where the products are going to be managed or worked. Yes, Hamad will be doing his presentation at 30 past 4, inshallah. Situation, what is the situation? हालत क्या दिया है हमें production company में या production floor में जहाँ पे ये manufacturing and all those things are happening or occurring. To better understand the operation at Linton, वो interview तो ले लिया था ना अगर आपको याद हो पिछली week में. अपॉइंट भी हो गया था मिस्टर जॉन, right? So understand, John plays a visit to production manager on his second day at work. तो second day पर ये production floor पे आ गए production manager के पास Mr. John. He tries to get some information on the manufacturing process at Linton. Linton company का नाम है. तो आइए जैसे ही ऑफिस में एंटर होता है मैनेजर के साथ कैसे बातें करता है तो देखें, प्रोफेशनलिज्म को देखें. Good morning, Steve. My name is John and I'm the new position in the finance department. लेकिन हम क्या करते हैं? We ask that Assalamu alaikum, what is your name? No, it's not the way. आपने कभी भी नहीं पूछना ऐसे. Assalamu alaikum, what is your name? नहीं, आपने किसी से मिलना हो, प्रोफेशनल वे है मिलने का. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Hamid Ibrahim. Clear? आपने इस तरह मिलना है. तो आई स्टीव क्या कहता है? Good morning, John. What can I do for you? डायरेक्ट पॉइंट पे आ गया. क्या कर सकता हूँ? As a new person, I need to understand the operation at Linton. So I wonder, मैं हैरान हूँ, whether I can ask you some question about the manufacturing process in your department now? Hold on a second, John. Let me pause this production schedule before we sit down and talk. It means production में schedule, then we'll talk to you. Okay, where do you want to start? रखने के बाद उसने क्या कहते हैं? Okay, where do you want to? कहाँ से शुरू करना है आपने? Well, you can describe the production flow in your department. Flow मतलब कितनी होती है production? The production process is based on the customer order information, and I receive from the sales department. First, we order raw materials, which is not ready from our suppliers. Once the materials arrive at our plant, they are transferred to the production floor, where they will go through 5 different processes before they become finished goods. Goods का मतलब merchandise. Merchandise means product, stuff. इस लग गया तो. So what it says, आगे क्या कहता है? How many suppliers do we deal with? Are they all local suppliers? Do any materials come from overseas? Overseas means abroad. We have a very limited number of suppliers. We deal with approximately 10 main suppliers in the US, and we only have a handful of suppliers overseas. How do you control the quality of purchased materials? Good question. One of the reasons for having a limited number of suppliers is to ensure the quality of raw materials. My quality control group works very closely with our suppliers to make sure that they meet our quality requirements. Do you maintain a high level of inventory? No, we keep a very low level of inventory. Inventory means like inventions or machinery things. How do you move materials from one department to the next? Very easily through the material request form. If department B needs materials from department A, it will fill out a material request form and give it to department A. A very simple process. How about labor? How do you calculate the labor cost? Wow. The engineering department has done a study on the production process. It has calculated the time required by each different processes. So under normal situations, the actual production time of each product should be close to the estimated time calculated by the engineering department. That's right. How do you make sure that we only ship good products to our customers? We definitely do not want to send our defective products. Defective means bad, impartial. My employees are always reminded that product quality is #1 priority at Linton. Do they understand they should always give their best and defective products raise the cost of production? Raise of बढ़ा देती है कि मतलब defective ना भेजो तो. Yes, they perfectly understand that. As a matter of fact, our defective rate is lower than 1/10 of 1%. It means हमारी product कुछ खास खराब नहीं होती. We are very proud of our record. How do you maintain this excellence record? We adopt the continuous improvement spirit. Continuous improvement spirit. We evaluate our operating results very often and strive to excel in our job. Strive means hard work. And those posters on the wall also help. See the slogan, nothing but excellence. Slogan Narayan company ka. Nothing but excellence over there. Yes, what is good for the company is ultimately good for the employees. Quite definitely. Next question, how many production shifts do you currently have? There are two shifts. The first one is from 8 to 4:30 and the second is from 2 to 10:30. Do the employees earn the same hourly late? No. The pay rate of second shift is 10% higher than the rate of the first shift because it's night. That makes sense, Steve. I think I have enough information for now. I might come back and bother you again if I have more questions. Thanks a lot for your help. Anytime, John, you know where I am. आपको पता है कि मैं किधर मिलूंगा. So this was about the production floor, how they were talking, Steve and John. Now, if you have a question, you can ask me. If you have no question, so we are going to practice it. Yes, please. Anyone who's having any question, please? Yes, nobody is having question. किसी का सवाल नहीं है? Okay,
No, sir.
so let's start the conversation then. So the first will be Mulabaksh, and Daniel. Practice.
Sir, we will be John and we will be Steve.
Who is going to be boss? That person will become Steve. And who is going to be employee? That person is going to be John. The
Sir, I
first
will
is-
be Steve.
Okay. Mulabaksh.
Good morning, Steve. My name is John, and I'm the new person in the finance department.
Good morning, John. What can I do for you?
As a new person, I need to understand the operation at Linton. So I wonder whether I can ask you some questions about the manufacturing process in your department now.
Hold on a second, John. Let me post this production schedule before we sit down and talk.
Daniel, okay, where do you want to start?
Okay, where do you want to start?
Well, you can describe the production flow in your department.
This production process is based on the customer order information that I receive from the sales department. First, we order raw materials from our
Okay, listen to me.
suppliers. Once the materials,
Listen to me. I'm sorry
Yes.
to bother you. Do not read, please. So do it as conversation because it's a conversation. The production process is based on the customer order information that I receive from the sales department. First, we order raw materials from our suppliers. Like it should be conversation type, not reading. Okay, proceed.
sir, we should make from ourselves or do the same one.
You can do the same one. You can do some fluctuations. You can do some changes. But I mean to say you have to speak as you are talking to someone, not reading type.
Okay, sir. The production process is based on the customer order information that I receive from the sales department. First, we order raw materials from our suppliers, and once materials arrive at our plant, they transfer to the production floor where they will go through 5 different processes before they become finished goods.
Okay, how many suppliers do we deal with? Are they all local suppliers? Do any material come from overseas?
We have a very limited number of suppliers. We deal with approximately 10 main suppliers in the US, and we only have a handful of suppliers overseas.
So how do you control the quality of purchased materials?
Uh, One of our reasons for having a limited number of suppliers is to ensure the quality of raw materials. My quality control my quality control group works very closely with our suppliers to make sure that They meet our quality.
You maintain a high level of inventory.
No, we keep a very low level of inventory.
So how do you move materials from one department to another?
We do it very easily through the material request form. If department B needs materials from department A, it will fill out a material request form and give it to department A.
Oh, a very simple process. And how about labors? How do you calculate the labor cost?
The engineering department has done a study on the production process. It is called calculated the time required by each different process.
So under normal situations, the actual production time of each product should be close to the estimated time calculated by engineering department.
Yes, that's right.
So how do you make sure that we only ship good products to our customers?
We definitely do not want to send our defective products. My employees are always reminded the product quality is number one priority at Linton.
Do they understand that they should always give their best and that defective products raise the cost of production?
Yes, they perfectly understand that. As a mm, civilist, as a matter of fact, our defective rate is lower than 1/10 of our percent. We are proud of our record.
Wow. So how do you maintain that excellent record?
We adapt the continuous improvement spirit. We evaluate our operating results every often and strive to excel in our job. And those posters on the wall also help. See that slogan, nothing but excellence over there.
Yes, obviously. What is good for the company is ultimately good for the employees, right?
Definitely, you're right.
Next question. How many product shifts do you currently have?
There are two shifts. The first one is from the 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and the second one is from the 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
Do the employees earn the same hourly rate?
No, the pay rate of the second shift is 10% higher than the rate of the first shift. Just
Hmm, that makes a sense. Steve, I think I have enough information for now. I might come back and bother you again if I have more questions. Thanks a lot for your help.
okay. You can come anytime, John. You know where I'm.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, Nadia ma'am and Sadaf ma'am.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning, Steve. My name is John and I am new person in finance department.
No, do it from your own self now. खुद
Good,
से करे ना अभी. Good morning, Nadia ma'am. I'm Sadaf. I'm the new person in finance department. खुद से करे अभी.
Okay, sir. Nadia. Good morning, Nadia ma'am. I am Sadaf and I am new person in the finance department.
good morning, Sadaf. What can I do for you?
As a new person, I need to understand the operation at Lantern. So I wonder whether I can ask you some questions about the manufacturing process in your department now.
Hold on a second, Sadaf. Let me post this production schedule before we sit down and talk.
Okay, where do you want to start? Well,
Well, you can
No, no, no,
describe
no,
the
no, 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 no,
production
no.
flow in.
Nadia ma'am, this is also your line. Okay, where do you want to start? You are the speaking as Steve. Okay, where do you want to start, Nadia ma'am? Say.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Well, you can describe the production flow in your department.
The production process is based on the customer order information that I receive from the sales department. First, we order raw materials from our suppliers. Once the materials arrive at our plant, they are transferred to the production floor where they will go through 5 different process before they become finished goods.
How many suppliers do we deal with? Are local suppliers? Do any materials come from overseas?
And we have a very limited number of suppliers. We deal with approximately 10 main suppliers in the US, and we only have a handful of suppliers overseas.
How do you control the quality of purchased materials?
Uh, One of the reasons for having a limited number of suppliers is to ensure the quality of our materials. My quality control group works very closely with our suppliers to make sure that they meet our quality requirements.
Do you maintain high level of inventory?
No, we keep a very low level of inventory.
How do you move materials from one department to the next?
Very easily through the material request from if department B needs from materials from department A, it will fill out a material request from and give it to department A.
It's a very simple process. How about labors? How do you calculate the labor cost?
And the engineering department has done a study on the production process. It has calculated the time required by each different process.
So under the normal situations, the actual production time of each product should be close to the estimated time calculated by engineering department.
That's right.
How do you make sure that we only ship good products to our customers?
We definitely don't want to send our defective products. My employers